Hello my friends, welcome to another exciting episode in our Photoshop design series. In this video I'm walking you through the process of creating this flyer inside of Photoshop, right? Yes, Photoshop. And if you have still not gotten your Smart Designer Premium assets, you can click the link in the description of this video to get yours, so you have access to PNGs and 3D effects like you can see like this, all in one bundle. If you've not subscribed, now is the right time to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you miss any videos I'll be dropping anytime from now. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is 4x5 resolution 300 and just impute the name here. This is where I have the name, Newman poster, and transparent. Everything else stays the same. Click OK like this, and you're greeted with this nice interface, right? Good. So the first thing you want to take note of is the foreground color, right? Now before I come here, look, this is the foreground color and this is the color code, so make sure you take this down, very important. And I'm just going to click on that arrow there and click on solid color. My background is going to be white for this design, right? So the next thing I want to do is, and again the resource file, the link to download the resource file for this video is in the description of the video also, so make sure you go through the description of this video so you miss anything at all that I have in store, right? So let's practice along. So this is our background, right? So let's go ahead and bring in the first image, which is this image here. And also when you are getting the premium assets, you have a whole lot of PNG images of models that you can use for your composition, so it's loaded. So I advise you to get yours, and yeah, you have those assets at your fingertip. So this is what we're working with. So I'm going to go over to my brush, right? I'm going to create a layer here, double click here, and I'm going to sample a color here. Make sure it's a darker color, right? I'm just going to click once, click twice, and press Ctrl T, hold down Shift, and bring this down here like this, and move it closer so I have a casting shadow here. And yeah, good. Okay, so do the same thing here, right? Twice. But before you do that, this is not going to work. So make sure the next one you're creating, Ctrl Z, just Ctrl Z, just Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z again. Good. So create another new layer before you do this, right? Very important. So 1, 2, click twice, Ctrl T, and bring this downward like this, and move this in place here like this. Okay, great. So you have your realistic shadow for this image now, right? It's a happy new month flyer, so of course we're moving into new month. So select everything, make it bigger so it's slightly bigger like this, and of course you still have space to explore. Okay, so what you want to do next is create a new layer just on top of the shadow, just beneath the legs, and I'm just going to type what I'm going to use here. So in this case it's going to be March. I'm going to change the font here. I'm going to use a Montserrat, that's what I used, or you can use any bold font of your choice. All these fonts that you're seeing here is inside your Smart Designer Premium assets, so you can download them and you never have to worry about any of the fonts I use for the tutorials or any fonts that I use at all you've seen in my designs, right? So what you're going to do now is you need to make this bigger like this and position this here. I'm going to hide this so it doesn't get in the way, so just click that and hide that, right? So I'm going to make a duplicate copy of this, and which I have done. I'm just going to bring this down here by dragging with the arrow. I'm just going to drag this down here like this, and make another copy of this, Ctrl J, and I'm going to bring this down here like this. So exactly as it is, I have the 3 of them. I'm going to turn this on back so I'm seeing what I'm doing well, so I can change the color. I'm going to select the color from somewhere around here. This is too light. Let me see if I can get that orange color. I can just do this manually by moving towards where I have orange here. Move upward a bit. It needs to be brighter. Let's go up a bit, and yes, we're good to go. Press OK when you have this shade of orange here. Okay, so as it stands now, group them. Ctrl G to group, and I'm going to go on and go to my resource file to bring in this image. I'm going to rotate it before I click enter. Very important. Move it upwards and click enter then. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to clip it on the text group, right click and click on create clipping mask like this. Okay, so with this done, press Ctrl U on your keyboard to bring up the hue and saturation. Move it aside to see what you're doing clearly and reduce the saturation all the way and click OK. That's all basically. So change the blend mode to, let's see if you've guessed right. Good. Soft light. So I'm going to be making use of soft lights. So this is perfect the way it is. So let's move on and make adjustments to the leg tool that we have here. So I'm going to select all of them, basically selecting the leg and the shadow. Hold down Control while you're selecting and move this downwards a bit like this. And I think I see something here. Change this back to normal. Good. Okay, so what I want to do next is add some extra effects to the leg like you saw in the beginning of this video. So what I would do is, or what I'm going to do to achieve that, is select the leg, go to adjustment layer, click on hue and saturation first. Make sure you clip it, right click and create clipping mask like this and click on colorize. The next thing you should do is use the same settings that I'm using, please, and bump up the saturation to 100. So 38 for hue, 100 for saturation, and lightness stays at 0, please. Very important. So I'm just going to this is actually the first step. The next thing I'm going to do is, still on this, I'm going to click on the image, click on filter and click on filter gallery like this. Okay, so while clicking on filter gallery, it's going to load up. Give it time to load up. Now inside here I need you to pay attention to this. So there are two filters that I actually used. I used a film grain and I use a cutout. You can find all of those inside of artistic, right? So I know most of you are not quite familiar with the things that you have inside of filter gallery, but then it is what it is. So I'm going to be using film grain. So you can see I'm currently selecting film grain, so you can use the same settings that I am using, right? And for cutout also you're using the same settings, right? When you're done, press OK, and this is what you are going to get as a result, right? So you can see how nicely this is. This has come out well. So a couple of adjustments. I'm going to levels, clip it also to the image like this, and I'm going to move the black point, make it darker, just like this. And also I'm going to shift this a little bit to this point like this. Great. Just to add some contrast to it, right? Great. So select the three of them, hold down shift and press Ctrl G to group them. I'm just going to name this leg so don't overcomplicate things, and make sure your layers are arranged well, right? So selecting the three of them, I'm going to move them upward slightly so my text can have room to stay, right? It makes a lot of sense, right? Good. So I'm going to revert this and I'm going to work with the first color I created for highlights. So I'm going over to my brush, my flow and opacity set to 100. I'm just going to click once here and change the blend mode to screen. Yes, please, screen. Create another layer. I'm going to repeat the same light process but for different angles. I'm going to have light here. I'm making the brush small first, and I'm just going to click screen here, and I'm also going to duplicate this and bring it up here like this, so I have lights nicely here. Okay, so I'm just going to go over to my text. Taking our time to type out this so we don't spend the entire day on this. So I'm just going to position this here and we're good to go. Click enter when you're done. Okay, so we're almost halfway almost done with this. So a couple of adjustments that we need to make with this and we're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to create a brightness and contrast. I'm going to clip it and I'm just going to increase just the contrast like this and reduce the brightness a bit, -1, and I'm okay with this. Welcome to March. We're marching forward. Good. So I have my text and I have my adjustments. I'm going to create a new layer to this and I'm going to do a solid color. Click OK, Ctrl I to invert the mask, and I'm just going to reveal. Go over to your brush and I'm just going to click on the mask. Make sure you're working on the mask. I'm going to reveal the color. So if it's not working like this, make sure you change the foreground color to white, and you can then do what you need to do in peace, and it's going to turn out well. If you need to conceal some areas, click on it, revert it to black, and simply just paint on the areas you want to erase like this. That's all guys. Okay, so one last thing I like to do, first and foremost, create a snapshot of the entire layer. Ctrl Alt Shift E does that for you. Ctrl Alt and Shift plus E does that for you, right? So convert to the smart object and go over to noise, add noise, and reduce the level of noise so I can have my, and make sure you just use my settings and click OK. Great. Okay, so as you can see, this is how I created this flyer inside of Photoshop. Wherever you are and wherever you're watching me from, happy new month, right? If you've not subscribed, if you like this video, first and foremost, make sure you give it a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend it to other persons, right? Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video just up here.